It's a stunt bike. I do stunts on it. He's active and brave. It's possible to do during a stand-up wheelie, a stoppie, or a tank stoppie. This one is for oval track racing. I race on it. He got into the Book of Records of Ukraine 3 times. This is a dirt bike. It's intended for off-road riding. He's been invited to take part in the best sports events of the country. This is my favorite bike. It's brand new. This is the engine. This is a spark plug. This is the front fork. These are the front brakes. These are the rear brakes. This is the throttle. This is the rear spring. And this starts the engine. His name is a brand. His name is Timur Kulishov, and he is the youngest bike racer of the country. I really like riding. He's just like everyone. He plays in the sandbox and goes to kindergarten. Generally speaking, he's a simple child. He doesn't tell anyone that he rides motorbikes. That's ordinary for him. I'm always thinking how I will grow up. I'm not scared at all. Little most likely inherited the love for speed from his great-grandfather. My grandpa loved motorcycles. He had a bike and rode it quite vigorously with grandma on the back seat. Alexander, Timur's father, also gets an adrenaline surge from riding on a motorcycle. I've been riding motorcycles since my childhood years, and I still have my bike to this day. Timur's mother thinks that he was preparing to become a bike racer even before the day he was born. When we became a family before Timur was born, when we bought the first bike, it was already a big thrill. Then when I found out that I was pregnant, he gave me lifts to my place of work, little by little, right up to the 4th month of pregnancy. This was intuitively passed on to our child, and he obviously strongly felt what kind of life we were living at that time. When he was born, everyone saw that he was a very active boy. We even walked him in a stroller over country dirt roads and paths, and we had to shake him to make him feel that we were riding on a motorcycle. That was the only way that we could make him fall asleep. As soon as we stopped, he would wake up immediately and become restless. His parents did not have the goal of raising their son as a motorcycle racer. It happened naturally when we saw the spark in his eyes from the happiness of riding at high speed. We bought him a small bike for his first birthday, and he ran faster without them riding the bike, and that was just the beginning. A balance bike is an analog of a bicycle, but without pedals, also known as a no-pedal balance bike, and is designed for a very young age. It allows children to learn how to coordinate their movements and keep balance. It eventually becomes the beginning of life on 2 wheels. I want a big bike. We then understood that he wants to ride on a no-pedal balance bike. It seems rather incredible, but little Timur started riding a bike before he could even walk. When he was 1 year and 11 months old, he could already ride a standard bicycle. When his legs were too short to reach the pedals, we just let him find his balance on the bike, and I pushed him towards me, or pushed away from me, and ran behind him in order to catch him. It's hard to believe, but Timur first started riding a motorcycle when he was 2 years old. When he was 2 years and 2 months old, he got on a bike with training wheels. At 2 years and 7 months old, he rode a gas bike without training wheels. It so happened that the bike broke down and we were repairing it. We had to roll it 30 meters to the garage for the night. I proposed to him that he sit on it. I helped him onto the seat, pushed the bike, and saw that he was confidently and comfortably sitting on it. So then I asked him whether he wanted to try riding the bike without training wheels, and he immediately agreed. You must stay calm and not be nervous when riding a motorbike. It's quite amazing, but indeed, the 2-year and 7-month-old child accelerated to 30 km/h on a motorbike all on his own. He totally controlled the throttle and brakes all on his own. In other words, everything depended on his own abilities to handle the movement of the bike. Naturally, I was very proud that our kid managed to do this. Timur's mother watched the whole process. She even helped by holding the garage door open and helped to dress her son in the necessary protective gear. We exchanged glances, so the young lad said that he was ready, so we dressed him up and gave it a go. There was a lot of thrill and excitement in this endeavor, and it will always be there. After all, he's my blood, and I worry about him. Don't worry, Mom. I'll always drive carefully and nothing bad will happen. The boy is concentrated. Obviously, riding at a high speed brings him pleasure. At the moment, he's totally capable of completing a 2-hour training session at the young age of 5. The Kulishov family is a great example to follow in terms of their friendship. Timur's father is his trainer and his mother is always by his side. She mainly provides him moral support to instill in him a sense of self-confidence. I believe that a family must be complete as much as it's possible. There is a mother and father, and the child should feel our support. What can unite a family better than an exciting hobby? Parents and kids all go riding on bikes. It's incredible, but 4-year-old Timur rode a 600cc bike with his father on the back seat. This motorcycle can reach speeds of up to 200 km per hour. All the more, such an iron horse weighs 200 kilograms. I was in the back seat and he was holding the handlebar and accelerating himself. The desire for extreme sports requires appropriate training and protection. It turns out that finding equipment for such a small child is impossible in Ukraine. The overalls are tailor-made. The boots are 2 sizes bigger. The gloves were the usual winter ones that were padded with leather. If you know how to ride, then you've got to know how to land. Falling properly is an art that must be mastered from the very beginning. The Kulishovs have their own algorithm: fall down, get up, and continue riding. The father believes that if you don't think about falling, you won't be afraid of it. I asked if he was okay and if he was going to keep riding. He nodded and mumbled through the helmet, and he cruised further on. I only get upset when I fall and something in the bike bends. There was indeed one time when I couldn't continue the race when I fell because the motorcycle broke down. Year 2015. Professional motorcycle racer Ilya Mikhalchik rides with his 3-year-old son Timur. The professional biker teaches his son the main elements and specifics of riding a bike at a fast speed. Timur is a very capable child. He has a lot of advantages. I've been watching him for 4 years now, and I see him growing up right before my eyes, and he's making progress every month. In the future, Timur's parents plan to give him to training by an experienced motorcycle racer. I communicate with all bike racers in Ukraine. We're all good friends, and we attend every event that's associated with motorcycle transport. There's a theory, but there is not enough practice, so we're continuously looking for a coach to help us out with further development. And this is Ukrainian Cycling Days, where our young bike rider overtakes the mayor of the Ukrainian capital, Vitaly Klitschko. You can't race all that fast in the winter, so the parents are trying to develop their son in other sports. In winter, that's most often skis, trampolines, wall bars. We're focusing on general physical development and endurance. I exercise on trampolines and practice acrobatic dances. I dance with girls. After the first class, I said to my mother that I wanted to continue attending these exercises. I really like playing with Legos. It's my favorite pastime. Recently, the Kulishov family returned from their vacation in Bukovel. My mother was riding with her friend and they couldn't catch up with us. He's a very fast rider. It's really cool. Let's just say that I'm not as fast as he is, and that's for sure. While my top speed is around 30 kilometers per hour, he can reach up to 60 kilometers per hour, or maybe even higher. Moreover, he can ride for 8 hours straight, and he does not get exhausted. Strangely enough, the son immediately noticed these subtleties of skiing and told about them to his parents. My father can barely catch up to me. When you go straight and keep your back straight, you go a bit faster. I told him to try it out. And now I am teaching my father how to do this the proper way. 5-year-old Timur Kulishov has already been registered in the Book of Records of Ukraine 3 times. When he was 2 years and 2 months old, he set a record as the youngest motorcyclist. He set his second record when he was 2 years and 5 months old. This is the record of Ukraine as the youngest motorcycle racer. Timur became the youngest stunt rider of Ukraine for his bike stunts when he was just 3 years and 7 months old. Timur Kulishov answers the question, "What kind of boy are you?" as follows. Average, fast, kind, and I love all kinds of sports. Daddy, are you popping some bubbles there? Oh, Daddy. Unfortunately, there are no competitions for racers of such a small age in Ukraine. Therefore, the Kulishov family takes part in races abroad. They went to Russia for 2 years in a row. Now they're preparing to go to Spain. This wonderful child has been competing with boys older than himself since he was 3.5 years old. Over 20 kids took part in his class, and he was the youngest. I believe that Timur will have a great future, because he is very talented and well-developed for his age. I think that everything will work out well for him. Timur Kulishov is 5 years old now. Incredibly enough, he rides at speeds of up to 72 kilometers per hour. The young rider trains on the same track with older motorcyclists. The youngster receives invitations to take part in different races. He performs incredible stunts and also gives performances as a talented showman. I like receiving awards at races and soap bubbles. Alexander wishes other parents to believe in their children. But if parents set a goal to develop their child's abilities, then they should definitely stock up on staying power and patience. First of all, you've got to want it. The parents themselves should not slack off when teaching their child. It's very important to work well with the child, follow their every move, and help them maintain balance. When he was very young, he did not understand the needs for helmets, so we put on helmets and walked around the apartment in them to show that they're important. That is, you've got to be an example for your children, and you absolutely must show them your love. That is very important for them, as it gives them a sense of confidence in their abilities. My parents are great because they always support me, and it doesn't matter what I engage in. The parents of Timur Kulishov adhere to the theory of child upbringing, when the parents listen to their child's opinion, desires, and feelings. I've been treating my kid as an adult since he wore diapers. I have always believed in my son from a very young age. When I grow up, I want to become a racer like Valentino Rossi. He's a Spanish motorcycle racer. He rides on a beautiful blue and white motorcycle. I want to win every time. I want to be a cool racer. He starts the engine, steps on the clutch, and sets off. Daring and talented, bold and restless, independent and happy. These are the children of our future. They're truly the future of Ukraine.